Mr. Zhang receives confirmation from the hospital that his payment was successful and they're open for future requests. He entrusts his sick brother to the hospital, willing to pay any cost to save him, though the fee may reach up to 50k. Frustrated, Mr. Zhang regrets not accepting a rich man's earlier offer, realizing how expensive the treatment will be. Just then, his phone rings, pulling him out of his thoughts. He answers the mysterious call, unsure of what to expect. Su Jinya, Vice Guild Master of Misty Rain Pavilion, invites him to join with a 30k base salary and full benefits. Zhang Yu smirks as he hears the offer, perfect timing to solve his financial crisis. He calmly agrees to join Misty Rain Pavilion, surprising Su Jinya and her assistant. However, Zhang Yu states a clear condition: his freedom must be respected outside missions. The assistant looks shocked, unprepared for such a bold demand from a new recruit. Su Jinya stays composed but visibly hesitates, unsure how the guild will respond. A senior guild member objects, questioning the demand. Zhang Yu threatens to walk away without hesitation. The atmosphere in the conference room turns tense as a silent figure arrives, commanding attention from the entire board. Su Qin, CEO of the Su Foundation, questions his niece Jinya's insistence on recruiting a controversial outsider at any cost. Jinya defends her choice, revealing the recruit is a rare prodigy who shattered century-old records in a single day. Su Jinya's niece jumps in, passionately supporting the decision and insisting the newcomer's potential is extraordinary. The two women strategize, agreeing to meet the recruit's terms now and negotiate more control after his enlistment. Su Chun reluctantly agrees but warns that if the prodigy cannot submit to authority, drastic actions may be necessary. Zhang Yu considers a guild ranked 5th in Long Kingdom, calculating that their pay could fund his brother's medical care. A quiet, solemn pause reveals Zhang Yu's inner conflict as he weighs his priorities and the weight of responsibility. The guild representative concedes, agreeing to Zhang Yu's terms and requesting a time to formalize his onboarding. Zhang Yu firmly replies, stating he will work remotely from Linhai, aligning his needs with the guild's time zone. Su Jinya and her niece are stunned by his conditions, but quickly scramble to respond before losing him entirely. Hearing his firm stance, the guild rushes to accept, sealing the deal on Zhang Yu's unconventional terms. Now financially secure, Zhang Yu turns his full focus to making progress in the alternate world without distractions. A portal interface appears, prompting Zhang Yu to choose between two worlds, each with its own perils and mysteries. Determined and composed, Zhang Yu selects the second world, fortress besieged by undead, as his next challenge. Engulfed in a blaze of crimson energy, Zhang Yu steps confidently into the swirling gateway to his new battlefield. With his boot crossing the threshold, Zhang Yu transitions fully from the real world into the unknown. He lands in the second world's Nodin town, a safe zone within a haunted fortress under siege by relentless undead forces. Zhang Yu arrives in Nordin and studies the mission interface, assessing his objectives with calm determination. The system outlines the grim world lore and Zhang Yu's objectives: survive, repel undead waves, and earn access to the third world. Realizing he's underleveled for the first quest, Zhang Yu braces himself for what's to come as the undead threat looms. Captain Norris expresses frustration over a lack of weapons, just as another wave of zombies approaches the fortress. Zhang Yu observes the garrison, sensing the tension that fills even the so-called safe zone of the second world. Norris tasks Zhang Yu with venturing west to gather forging materials, setting the stage for his first support mission. Zhang Yu receives one of Nordin's hardest quests, resource gathering, tasking him with hunting zombies for elemental cores. Despite its grueling difficulty, the quest promises vast rewards, possibly enough to clear the second world entirely. Zhang Yu confidently accepts the challenge, earning the gratitude and trust of Captain Norris. He arrives at the burning outskirts of Nordin, now a hostile zone crawling with undead. Hordes of mutated zombies, twisted and feral, begin to emerge from the ruins with a chilling growl. As the danger escalates, a mysterious figure approaches, another warrior entering the fray, boots stepping into fire-lit tension. With a confident stride and his icy staff aglow, the young mage summons a towering, armored scorpion as battle begins. Launching his first attack, the mage casts Super Fireball, inflicting fiery and ice-infused damage on the enemy. The explosion enrages a horde of zombies, their eyes glowing as they charge with furious roars. Undeterred, a fire-charged zombie lunges straight at the giant scorpion with reckless abandon. The zombie's powerful strike lands, yet only scratches the beast, dealing a mere 1 damage point. The mage clicks his tongue, realizing fire-resistant zombies are too tough for his current strategy. Realizing fire is useless, Zero charges his hand with cold energy, ready to cast an alternative spell. Power surging through him, Zero grips his icy staff and prepares to unleash a devastating counterattack. With a commanding shout, Zero directs his elite pet, the silver-armored scorpion, to draw enemy aggression. The monstrous scorpion roars and descends upon the fire zombie, its deadly pincers raised high. Zero calmly analyzes his pet's formidable gear and abilities, confident that no fire zombie can overcome it. Yet as the scorpion effortlessly crushes its foes, even Zero feels a chill at its ruthless efficiency. Zero channels an immense burst of cold energy into his frost scepter, eyes glowing with determination for the next strike. Facing the oncoming enemy, he roars back, declaring his intent to counter their flames with overwhelming ice magic. A freezing explosion engulfs the battlefield, shards of ice erupting as the fire zombie is consumed entirely. The attack lands fatally, the zombie freezes mid-scream, and Zero earns a massive energy reward from the kill. Zero inspects the loot with discontent, finding only a bronze coin despite the intense battle. Suddenly, his expression shifts, sharp eyes narrowing, as he senses something approaching at high speed. Ice shards erupt wildly as Zero finishes a chain of kills, collecting energy, experience, gold, and fire cores. Despite earning 50 fire cores, Zero laments the slow progress, knowing the drop rate makes the quest painfully long. Tired and hungry, Zero decides to log out, planning to resume after taking care of real-world needs. Just as he's about to exit, a monstrous roar shakes the area. His eyes widen in shock. Zero turns toward the sound, tension rising as he wonders what terrifying creature could have spawned nearby. A blazing rift of red and blue tears through the sky. He realizes with dread, the Lord monsters have returned. A blue, glowing foot steps down gently, marking the arrival of an extraordinary presence cloaked in frost and energy. The terrifying form of the flaming ice zombie sovereign emerges, a level 14 Lord-class magic monster of fire and ice. Zhang Yu stands boldly before the towering monster, realizing the high value of a Lord monster's drop. With a sinister grin, the flaming ice zombie sovereign senses a challenge worth devouring. Zhang Yu unleashes a surge of icy magic from his palm, freezing the space around him with precision. The sovereign snarls in pain and surprise, its cracked jawline trembling as the battle begins in earnest. The flaming ice zombie sovereign charges with a thunderous roar, and Zhang Yu prepares his weapon with unwavering resolve. An icy explosion erupts around the monster as it channels elemental rage into a devastating spell. Zhang Yu realizes the incoming attack is too powerful to block head-on. Panic flickers in his eyes. Icicle Spike. The sovereign bellows, summoning deadly ice lances to annihilate its opponent in a frozen storm. Zhang Yu is struck hard, his body thrown back as the system registers 352 damage from the piercing ice assault. Amid pain and pressure, Zhang Yu raises his frost scepter. A golden energy core begins to charge with retaliatory might. Zhang Yu strikes back with explosive dual-element magic, dealing both burn and freeze damage to the flaming ice zombie sovereign. He realizes the true challenge: the monster perfectly wields both fire and ice, making it his elemental counter. Summoning his elite pet, Zhang Yu calls forth the silver-armored scorpion to block the enemy's fierce assault. Impressed by the power, Zhang Yu mutters in awe. The damage dealt is unexpectedly overwhelming. The sovereign clenches its claws, summoning another surge of ice mana into a devastating spell formation. Dozens of sharp icicles begin to orbit the sovereign, forming an impending barrage of frost-tipped death. The silver-armored scorpion bravely shields its master but is pierced by countless icy spikes, ultimately falling in battle. Zhang Yu prepares to retaliate, activating a powerful barrier while the sovereign momentarily pauses in surprise. Realizing the true threat, Zhang Yu acknowledges the flaming ice zombie sovereign's strength far exceeds any lord he's faced before. A sudden bolt of dark lightning strikes the sovereign, dealing 138 damage and disrupting its momentum. To Zhang Yu's astonishment, a powerful mage appears, the one he sarcastically nicknamed Paycheck Lady. With commanding resolve, Su Jinyu joins the battle, offering to handle crowd control so Zhang Yu can focus on the kill. With a confident smirk, Zhang Yu grips his frost scepter, brimming with mana and a surge of battle focus. He unleashes a flurry of precise strikes, steadily chipping away at the flaming ice zombie sovereign's monstrous defenses. Roaring in fury, the wounded sovereign lashes out, its rage boiling over as flames engulf its form. Fireball. The sovereign howls, conjuring a sweeping blaze aimed straight at Zhang Yu and Su Jinyu. Startled by the sheer scale of the fireball, Zhang Yu looks to Su Jinyu in disbelief, questioning its power. Su Jinyu answers with her own brilliance, casting Ray of Light, a radiant magical barrage to counter the flames. A ferocious, horned beast roars as it unleashes a burst of violet energy, signaling the beginning of a deadly clash. Suya watches in awe as Zero chains together 3 powerful spells. Proof of the fearsome might behind the taboo sorcerer class. With blazing fire and chilling frost swirling around him, Zero charges forward, channeling both elements into a devastating blow. The beast cries out in agony as Zero's combined elemental assault crashes into it with explosive force. Suya descends in perfect sync, joining Zero in the final strike, their powers fusing in a radiant explosion of fire and ice. Victory achieved. Zero and Suya slay the boss, earning 3,000 EXP and a massive 4.2 million energy reward for their teamwork and final blow. Zhang Yu smiles confidently, offering to split the 4 million energy reward with Su Jinyan after defeating the zombie leader. Su Jinyan laughs warmly, brushing off the offer. She insists their encounter was fate and owes him far more. A chibi version of Zhang Yu clarifies with childlike logic that her sister paying him doesn't count, he is a separate person. With a gentle smile, the purple-haired sorceress introduces herself. Su Jinyan, extending her hand in gratitude. Zhang Yu pauses silently, his expression calm but thoughtful as he considers her gesture and words. Finally, he takes her hand and introduces himself in return. Zhang Yu, the start of a new bond is formed. Su Jinyan suggests teaming up with Zhang Yu for collection quests, citing efficiency, and asks about his class abilities. She proudly reveals her profession effect: enhanced immobilization, longer control durations, and reduced skill cooldowns. Zhang Yu inwardly acknowledges her impressive control ability, certain she'll make monster hunting much more effective. As he walks away, Su Jinyan asks where he's headed. Zhang Yu replies that he'll return shortly from Nodding City. Su Jinyan gently lowers her hand, watching him leave, the moment tinged with quiet emotion. With soft determination, she recalls a vow. If anyone helps her break the curse of calamity, she'll marry them. Su Jinyan suddenly panics, scolding herself for daydreaming, embarrassed by the marriage vow she just recalled. Night falls over Nodding City as Zhang Yu returns to base, preparing for his next steps in silence. He surveys his loot, 3 pieces of equipment and a skill book, resources to strengthen his power. Zhang Yu equips Frost Fire Boots, boosting his agility by +10 while planning to sell off the weaker gear. Knowing gear alone isn't enough, Zhang Yu resolves to gain stronger offensive skills for upcoming battles. Amid swirling energy and crystalline light, Zhang Yu initiates the refining process to unlock greater potential. Zhang Yu unlocks a new A-grade skill, Super Flame Missile, a triple cast fire spell dealing high magic damage. He tests the newly acquired skill, launching spiraling flame missiles that blaze through the air with precision. Grinning with confidence, Zhang Yu notes that with increased speed and this powerful spell, monsters won't stand a chance. Suddenly, a message flashes on his interface, catching his attention with a familiar name. Suya. Su Jinya. Zhang Yu reads the invitation from Su Jinya to officially join the same guild. He accepts the invitation without hesitation, ready to return to the quests, geared up and empowered. A devastating spell slams into the flame zombie, unleashing burn and freeze effects with staggering damage values in rapid succession. The aftermath of the impact erupts into an uncontrollable inferno, engulfing the area with blazing destruction. Zhang Yu's overwhelming attack leaves his ally in awe as she praises his incredible one-shot of the flame zombie. With a shy smile, the girl reveals her gear was a gift from her sister, ideal for a forbidden mage, though clearly expensive. Suspicious of Zhang Yu's power, she questions whether he's hiding divine-level gear to mask his extraordinary strength. Zhang Yu calmly replies that it's not the gear, it's his identity as a mythical class professional that makes the difference. The girl expresses disbelief. No mythical class professionals have awakened this year, contradicting Zhang Yu's claim. Zhang Yu deflects with a smile, hinting that his class didn't awaken the usual way, then shifts focus back to the quest. Their quest log updates: with fire and ice zombie cores collected, they now set out to gather toxic zombie cores. An urgent guild-wide message demands all Yenyu Pavilion members to assemble at Zombie City within 10 minutes. The girl questions Chun Jun's aggressive command style, while Zhang Yu takes note of the mysterious figure's authority. She explains that Chun Jun leads the Yenyu Pavilion's Linhai branch, his role secured through powerful family connections. Zhang Yu agrees to join the guild mission without hesitation, showing quiet confidence in the unfolding operation. A monstrous boss with glowing red eyes and a horn unleashes a furious roar, exuding overwhelming purple energy. With explosive force, the mutant boss slams into the ground, sending shockwaves and scattering players in all directions. A fierce aerial clash begins as combatants rush toward the boss with blazing speed and violet energy trails. Multiple guild members confront the empowered overpowered zombie boss head-on in a chaotic battlefield brimming with determination. A furious guild member accuses Liu Yao of cutting in on their boss fight, claiming the Yenyu Pavilion found it first. A commanding figure rallies his allies with a ruthless philosophy: power rules all, and the Yenyu Pavilion must crush their enemies. A massive spell circle ignites the sky, unleashing a fiery rain of destruction upon the battlefield below. A surprise strike lands a direct blow on the aggressive commander, disrupting his charge mid-battle. Outraged, the commander roars in fury, demanding to know who dares interfere with his plans. A mysterious figure steps forward in golden armor, each stride radiating composed power and authority. Zhang Yu reappears, greeted with suspicion, his presence sparking accusations of trying to steal yet another boss fight. A status screen introduces the mutated frost zombie. Deadly in close combat and energized by cold, it resists ice-based attacks. Flashing back an hour, a fearsome mutant zombie awakens, releasing an earth-shaking roar of violent energy. A squad of armored warriors descends in perfect formation, their glowing weapons aimed straight at the monstrous threat. The mutant launches a devastating attack, overwhelming the front lines with brute force and sending defenders flying. One soldier warns their leader they can't proceed without the forbidden mage holding the boss down. Their commander urges calm and persistence, promising reinforcements will arrive soon while ordering them to stall the enemy. A pair of elegant, armored heels step into view, radiating strength and purpose, an entrance that draws immediate attention. Onlookers murmur in awe as Su Jinyan, the second lady of the Su family, appears with Zhang Yu, dispelling rumors of her aloofness. Blushing and flustered, Su Jinyan hurriedly assures Zhang Yu that the gossip about her cold demeanor is entirely false. Su Jinyan reacts in comic embarrassment, scolding herself for sounding too forward in front of Zhang Yu. A warrior clad in fur and armor greets Jin Yan with cheerful enthusiasm, clearly familiar and perhaps emotionally invested. Startled and suspicious, the warrior demands to know who Zhang Yu is and why he's alone with Su Jinyan. Su Jinyan firmly stands her ground, asserting her right to associate with Zhang Yu, despite President Chen's concern. With confidence, Su Jinyan reassures Chen she can judge character and questions the real reason behind the sudden gathering. President Chen reveals a dire situation. Corpse City has reset and the terrifying Corpse King boss has returned. Su Jinyan and Zhang Yu exchange a knowing glance, tension rising with the looming threat ahead. Strategizing quickly, Su Jinyan sees the rare opportunity to defeat the boss and elevate the guild's status. As they prepare to leave, Chen tries to stop Zhang Yu, but the latter stands resolute, demanding a reason. President Chen expresses doubt, calling Zhang Yu's beast tamer class weak and difficult to nurture. The guild members echo Chen's concerns, suggesting Zhang Yu is a burden with no resources or work. Frustrated, Su Jinyan defends Zhang Yu, challenging their ignorance, but ultimately leaves the decision to Chen. Su Jinyan hesitates, biting her lip, anxious and conflicted by the judgment unfolding. In a bold move, Su Jinyan clings to Zhang Yu, declaring she won't join the mission unless he does. Caught off guard, Chen nervously relents, allowing Zhang Yu to come, but only to observe and at his own risk. Su Jinyan rushes to the front lines to control the Corpse King, promising Zhang Yu she'll return shortly. Zhang Yu calmly analyzes the situation, eager to evaluate the true strength of the province's fifth-ranked guild. Radiating newfound power, Zhang Yu steps forward, prompting someone to call his name in awe. Guild members stare in disbelief. Zhang Yu, the underestimated beast tamer, is delivering devastating damage. A golden-armored warrior confronts Zhang Yu in shock, questioning his unexpected allegiance to the Yenyu Pavilion. A furious girl from the Supreme Guild lashes out, accusing Zhang Yu of betrayal and belittling his past work. A powerful, explosive energy surges, unleashing violent purple flames with shocking intensity. A female figure is consumed in an uncontrollable burst of purple energy, screaming as her body erupts with power. With calm relief, Su Jinyan smiles beside Zhang Yu, grateful as clarity and control return. Zhang Yu is called with intensity, attention locking onto him as a pivotal force in the unfolding battle. A rival guild leader, stunned by Zhang Yu's talent, offers triple pay and a CEO position to win him over. Furious and indignant, Su Jinyan calls out the guild leader's shamelessness for trying to poach Zhang Yu so openly. The golden-armored warrior Raikan declares his unwavering loyalty to the Yenyu Pavilion, vowing not to change allegiances lightly. Jinhyuk, staff in hand, smiles knowingly, hinting that while loyalty matters, the future remains uncertain. Raikan warmly offers Jinhyuk a place in his supreme guild, leaving the door open for potential collaboration. Suddenly, Raikan calls for a full retreat, shocking his comrades mid-battle. A confused subordinate protests, unable to understand the abrupt withdrawal when victory seems so close. Furious, Raikan yells that it's not about winning one fight, it's about the grander strategy at play. Raikan and his warriors retreat, leaving Jinhyuk and Zhang Yu standing firm against the looming threat. Jinhyuk expresses his gratitude to Zhang Yu, who humbly insists she's only doing her duty. A monstrous red eye bursts open, an ancient, malevolent force has awakened. The Corpse King erupts from the ground with a thunderous roar, attacking Jinhyuk and Zhang Yu. Jinhyuk and Zhang Yu brace themselves as a dark, circular portal forms ominously above them. Standing alone before the towering menace, Jinhyuk identifies it. The Corpse King of the Abyss. Empowered and fearless, Jinhyuk charges forward, boldly declaring his intent to challenge the Corpse King. The Corpse King's stats are revealed. A level 15 2-star boss with devastating skills and overwhelming power. Jinhyuk unleashes a blazing super fireball that strikes the Corpse King with explosive force. Onlookers gasp in awe. Jinhyuk's attack wipes out a third of the boss's health, defying expectations. With Zhang Yu behind him, Jinhyuk calls Big 40 into action, summoning even greater power. The Corpse King roars in fury, engulfed in golden energy as the battlefield erupts in chaos. A mysterious warrior channels blazing energy into his staff, igniting a torrent of golden flames that swirl like a storm around him. With devastating force, he unleashes his ultimate move, Super Flaming Bullet, engulfing the battlefield in a blinding inferno. The monstrous zombie king of despair screams in agony as the blazing attack pierces its corrupted form. Standing victorious amid the scorched earth, the warrior receives a system notification confirming the boss's defeat and rewarding him with EXP and energy. Onlookers are stunned by his overwhelming power, wondering who this formidable stranger is who scared even the Supreme Guild. Zhang Yu, the lavender-haired guild member, is thanked for helping protect the boss from being stolen, modestly claiming she was just doing her duty. Admired by many, the young warrior's calm presence and overwhelming strength earn him a reputation as a true role model. Later that night in Nordine, he returns triumphantly, walking alongside Zhang Yu as others look on in awe. The guildmaster, alarmed by their early return, demands answers about the boss's fate. A subordinate explains that Lady Su and the mysterious beast tamer not only defeated the boss but drove off the Supreme Guild. Shocked by the revelation, the guildmaster learns that even basic attacks from the newcomer can annihilate enemies. Enraged, the guildmaster lashes out, accusing them of deliberately waiting until the fight was nearly over to steal the glory. The guildmaster angrily confronts the beast tamer, threatening expulsion for insubordination. In a flash of energy, the beast tamer seizes the guildmaster's hand, halting him mid-threat. Calm but firm, the beast tamer reminds him that he only followed the guildmaster's original order to stay put. A subordinate explodes in shock, accusing the tamer of daring to touch the guildmaster. Unshaken, the beast tamer points out the obvious: he fulfilled the mission and defeated the boss as instructed. Zhang Yu steps forward, declaring that the tamer saved them all and deserves proper recognition for his heroic deeds. The guild members silently acknowledge the truth, their expressions shifting from suspicion to acceptance. With calm resolve, the protagonist turns to Zhang Yu and declares it's time to tackle more quests. Left stunned and speechless, the guildmaster stands beside his subordinate, realizing he's been outclassed. Rage flickers in the guildmaster's eyes as he issues a covert command to spy on the beast tamer and uncover his weakness. The subordinate obeys with a sharp "yes, sir." As the scene fades into an ominous, glowing forest bathed in purple mist, Zhang Yu winces in disgust upon entering the forest, overwhelmed by the foul stench permeating the strange, magical fog. Jinhyuk warns Zhang Yu that the poison zombies are significantly more dangerous than their fire and ice counterparts. Zhang Yu, concerned, asks if the poison zombies have high attack power. Jinhyuk reveals it's their deadly skill that makes them formidable. A terrifying poison zombie is shown, with its toxic ability causing victims to lose 6% health per second for 5 seconds after contact. Shocked by the deadly mechanic, Zhang Yu momentarily panics, realizing how lethal the situation truly is. Jinhyuk advises calm and strategy, urging Yu to heal herself regularly to survive the relentless poison effect. As Jinhyuk turns to go, Zhang Yu suddenly has a realization and calls out, "Wait," her eyes filled with urgency. Jinhyuk hands over a shimmering purple card as a reward for completing the guild quest. The card releases a surge of bright magical energy, swirling violently in the air. A poison zombie emerges, roaring furiously amidst the violet energy storm. Jinhyuk urgently calls out as Zhang Yu braces for battle, sword drawn and eyes fierce. Zhang Yu strikes with her triple strike, landing a devastating combo on the zombie. Jinhyuk praises Zhang Yu's power as she beams proudly, their teamwork proving highly effective. Jinhyuk and Zhang Yu share a quiet moment beneath a glowing forest canopy after battle. Jinhyuk reflects in silence, a subtle look of concern flickering in his eyes. A guild scout reports that the two have been growing close while collecting zombie cores. The enraged guild master fumes over Zhang Yu's fondness for Jinhyuk and orders their separation. An urgent notice appears: an elite level 13 horde is set to invade Nordine within 30 minutes. Driven by jealousy and pride, the guild master swears vengeance for what he sees as betrayal. The guild master schemes to exile Jinhyuk from Misty Rain Pavilion, driven by bitterness and jealousy. His subordinate points out the difficulty: revive scrolls and safe zones will make any plan risky. The guild master grins ominously, revealing that the zombie horde will strip away protections and opening to strike. In the forest, fallen bodies mark the path of destruction, hinting at the chaos already unfolding. Golden coins shimmer midair, the spoils of a recent battle glinting in the magical twilight. Zhang Yu cheers. They're close to completing the mission, but the looming zombie tide adds urgency. A monstrous undead creature ambushes the hero with a fierce roar, tearing into him with brutal force. Zhang Yu rushes in, channeling radiant pink energy as she prepares a powerful spell to counter the enemy. The spell strikes true. Zhang Yu's magic pierces through the enemy's skull, saving her wounded comrade. The enemy's corpse plummets into the dark waters below, signaling the end of the sudden ambush. Zhang Yu kneels beside her injured ally, reassuring him as they collect the final corpse core for their mission. Unbeknownst to them, a mysterious figure watches silently from the shadows of the forest, cloaked in violet mist. Night falls over the city as the duo returns from their mission, the towering stone buildings glowing softly under the moonlight. Jinhyuk and Zhang Yu receive their mission rewards: experience, energy, zombie armor, and both level up with radiant excitement. Overjoyed, Zhang Yu proudly announces her reward: 2 powerful 2-star level 15 gear pieces, eager to share her success. Jinhyuk, now at level 17, channels potent energy into a glowing orb as his powerful beast companion rises beside him. His beast companion also levels up, though the shared experience cost Jinhyuk his chance to surpass level 20 for now. Zhang Yu warns of the approaching zombie tide and urges Jinhyuk to refine his gear, something he nearly forgot in the moment. Jinhyuk refines his gear instantly, gaining powerful golden attributes that significantly enhance his zombie-resistant armor. Confident in his new equipment and his level 15 silver-armored scorpion, Jinhyuk feels unbeatable in the second world. Zhang Yu, full of spirit, cheers excitedly, ready to face the zombie tide at Jinhyuk's side. Just before the battle, Zhang Yu receives an unexpected call, surprised and concerned by the timing. A message from Su Chun reveals that her sister is involved in an urgent situation, prompting immediate action. Faced with family duty, Zhang Yu regretfully informs Jinhyuk she must leave, and he urges her to go before it's too late. Zhang Yu warns of the sheer threat posed by the incoming level 13 zombie tide. Its danger lies in overwhelming numbers. Jinhyuk smiles gently, reassuring her with gratitude before she departs, fully aware of the storm to come. Alone, Jinhyuk stands before a portal of pulsing blue energy, silent and resolved. A booming broadcast alerts the city: Nottingham's warriors must seek shelter now, for the zombie tide has officially begun. As panic spreads, professionals gather in the city square, and a regional decree demands survivors slay over 50 zombies to pass. The great gates of the battlefield slowly open, flooding the area with white light. The true fight is about to begin. A massive wave of zombies surges forward with a deafening roar, their glowing eyes filled with hunger and frenzy. Amidst the chaos, brave defenders clash with the horde, but screams echo as some fall to the overwhelming assault. Jinhyuk unleashes a powerful explosion and explains the strategy: survive the 1-hour assault or kill 50 zombies to earn rest. Guild-wide distress messages pour in. Members are trapped and pleading for rescue as the zombies overrun the city. Jinhyuk answers the desperate call with quiet resolve, preparing to intervene. Wait a moment, I'm coming. He arrives at a blood-soaked alley where fallen warriors and scattered weapons mark the site of a brutal zombie ambush. A shadowed figure mocks his opponent's naivety, having lured him into a trap with false confidence and a hidden agenda. 2 conspirators confirm their target's vulnerability: high attack power but low defense. After observing his weakness against a venomous zombie, their plan unfolds. 10 elite archers wait in ambush, ready to eliminate the target in a single, deadly volley. The mastermind reveals a sinister plot to kill Zhang Yu twice, once in battle and again upon revival at the resurrection point. Driven by obsession, the antagonist declares his possessive love for Jenner, vowing to destroy anyone who stands in his way. Zhang Yu arrives calmly, walking into the ambush with determination, unaware of the deadly conspiracy awaiting him. Zhang Yu steps forward with quiet confidence, triggering the trap his enemies laid in wait. Arrows rain down from all sides, but Zhang Yu remains unfazed at the center of the deadly barrage. He summons the mighty silver-armored scorpion, an unexpected show of terrifying strength. The attackers panic. Zhang Yu was thought to be weak, yet now they face a power they can't comprehend. A system message grants Zhang Yu 10 minutes of retribution during which he can kill without consequences. With a fiery explosion, Zhang Yu eliminates one of his attackers. The message confirms no sin incurred. Zhang Yu eliminates another enemy, Madness, without mercy, with a terrifying beast and 0 penalty to his sin value. The battlefield is in ruins. Zhang Yu stands alone amidst the wreckage, flanked by monstrous scorpions radiating unchallenged dominance. His eyes burn with fury and resolve. The calm before the storm now erupts into a blaze of vengeance. The guild leader stares in disbelief, overwhelmed by Zhang Yu's unforeseen power and unshakable presence. Confusion grips the conspirators. Zhang Yu was supposed to be weak, yet nothing about this battle makes sense anymore. A massive fireball erupts on the battlefield, forcing the remaining enemies into desperate, evasive maneuvers. Within a storm of fire and ash, a lone figure stands, ominous, unshaken, and cloaked in wrath. Zhang Yu emerges through the chaos, scorning the enemy's futile tricks with unwavering confidence and power. The guild leader, stunned and sweating, demands clarity, unable to comprehend how his perfect plan unraveled. Zhang Yu calmly reveals he had known all along. His enemies had been tailing him since the Corpse King's defeat. Their realization hits. Zhang Yu feigned weakness to bait them, all to expose their betrayal with perfect timing. The guild leader explodes with rage, abandoning strategy for brute force, vowing to kill Zhang Yu with his own hands. Wielding an enchanted ice spear, Jinhyuk unleashes a powerful frost attack, his cape trailing as frozen energy arcs across the battlefield. A surprised enemy is struck by the icy blast, shards piercing through his armor as he screams in shock and pain. A furious commander condemns Zhang Yu, declaring his betrayal and attempted assassination of the guild leader, ordering his immediate execution. Empowered by darkness, a guild enforcer hurtles toward Jinhyuk with a thunderous roar, accepting the order to kill without hesitation. Jinhyuk counters with a devastating fire spell, conjuring a blazing sphere that spirals with deadly energy toward his enemy. Engulfed in flames, the guild enforcer screams as the fiery blast consumes him, marking Jinhyuk's fierce retaliation. Staggered by Jinhyuk's might, the armored warrior gasps in disbelief after witnessing the instant death of a temple assassin. Flames engulf the warrior as he screams in agony, consumed by the fire conjured by Jinhyuk's merciless retaliation. Jinhyuk stands tall amidst the blaze, declaring with deadly calm that he's someone they can't afford to provoke. A death screen appears. The warrior has been slain by the mysterious necromancer, Zero, currently at level 17. The truth spreads. Jinhyuk is actually Zero, the legend who cleared the first world in under a day, now cloaked in a new class. The surviving warrior, seething with rage, vows eternal vengeance against Zhang Yu, whom he now sees as a cunning deceiver. Back in the real world, storm clouds loom over Su Corporation Tower as a defiant voice challenges the discussion. Jin Yen storms into the boardroom, boldly rejecting the notion of any romantic interest in Chen Jun. A composed elder insists that love can be nurtured, presenting Jin Yen with a gift from Uncle Chun. The extravagant offering includes a rare potion worth millions and a master-crafted mage outfit designed just for her. Uncle Chen proposes a marriage alliance, promising his entire family fortune and support if she weds his only son. With calm resolve, Jin Yen respectfully declines, asserting her independence and right to choose her own path. A sharp, calculating gaze pierces the silence. Someone is not pleased by the current turn of events. A furious elder explodes at Jin Yen, reminding her of the debt she owes the Su family for raising her. Another woman, silent but visibly tense, lowers her gaze in discomfort amidst the heated confrontation. She steps forward, placing a protective hand on Jin Yan's shoulder, firmly declaring her niece's autonomy. With warmth and resolve, Jin Yan's sister reassures her family should support happiness, not control it. Suddenly, both women and the elder are alerted as their devices light up with an unexpected, urgent message. Zhang Yu and a colleague are shocked to learn of Chen Jun's death, allegedly at Zhang Yu's hands. Chairman Chen furiously accuses the Su Corporation of betraying his trust and blames them for his son's death. Su Corporation's chairman, Su Chen, nervously tries to defuse the escalating situation and deny the accusation. Chairman Chen threatens Su Chen, warning of dire consequences if his son has truly been harmed. Tension rises as Chairman Chen storms out, leaving behind a heavy silence in the room. Su Chen questions Zhang Yu's qualifications, pointing out the Chen family's financial influence over the corporation. A passionate defense erupts. Zhang Yu is proclaimed innocent and incapable of harming a fellow guild member. Su Chen, enraged and unyielding, demands Zhang Yu be brought to heel before the Chen family or be cast out. Emotions clash as Zhang Yu's ally pleads with Su Chen, calling him uncle in a desperate attempt to stop the fallout. In shock and confusion, Zhang Yu is contacted directly. His allies demand answers about Chen Jun's death. Zhang Yu responds calmly, with a cryptic smile, declaring his resignation from Yenyu Pavilion. With resolve and confidence, Zhang Yu walks away, officially severing ties with the Yenyu Pavilion. Su Jinyan, desperate, urges Zhang Yu not to act impulsively and promises to prove his innocence. Zhang Yu replies calmly and firmly he has already made peace with the consequences. Reflecting in solitude, Zhang Yu acknowledges the necessity of cutting ties with the manipulative Yenyu Pavilion. Driven by financial pressure, Zhang Yu decides to earn money through combat and material sales to cover urgent expenses. Zhang Yu prepares to advance in his journey, determined to conquer the second world and reach the third. As the undead siege looms, Zhang Yu learns the dungeon system. His path lies through danger and death lands powerful rewards. Zhang Yu analyzes the map and confirms his strength. He's confident in soloing a level 20 dungeon. As he prepares to move out, armored footsteps echo toward him. Someone is approaching with purpose. A group blocks his path. A smirking man mocks him as the famous beast tamer of Yenyu Pavilion. Unfazed, Zhang Yu coldly demands they step aside. The group taunts him with aggression, daring him to strike and mocking his restraint. Zhang Yu keeps his composure, realizing the confrontation is a deliberate provocation. The black-haired protagonist confronts an enemy, demanding to know how much Qin Jun paid him to betray him. The enemy smugly reveals Qin Jun's offer: 5,000 coins, a revival scroll, and a bonus for each kill, while the protagonist silently mocks the attempt. Realizing the easy win comes with a steep cost, the protagonist hesitates, knowing killing them would label him a red name and trap him in the second world. Suddenly, a new figure appears, offering double the reward to eliminate the Yenyu Pavilion president, promising 50,000 coins per kill. The mercenaries react in shock and disbelief at the outrageous offer, questioning the boldness of the one making it. It's revealed to be Lu Yao, the eldest young master of the Lu family, the wealthiest man in Lanhai City, instantly changing the tone of the crowd. Roused by Lu Yao's authority and offer, the mercenaries rally instantly to carry out his command. Lu Yao informs the protagonist that Qin Jun is spreading word of his expulsion from Yenyu Pavilion, vowing to suppress him completely. Lu Yao, with a sly grin, invites the protagonist to join him instead, promising freedom, protection, and respect. The protagonist, calm and distant, declines Lu Yao's offer, stating he isn't looking to join any guild for now. Lu Yao's subordinate expresses frustration at the lack of gratitude, while Lu Yao himself empathizes with the protagonist's past betrayal. A close-up of the protagonist's determined step forward signals his decision to move on his own terms. Determined and resolute, the protagonist concludes that avoiding Qin Jun is no longer an option. He must eliminate the threat. He enters the LV.15 Dark Corp's nest alone, stepping into a place long forgotten by others. While most players chase high-tier loot in harder dungeons, this unassuming nest offers the perfect cover for his plan. Deep inside the nest, he meets NPC Mage Morn, guardian of the dungeon's entrance and its looming trials. Mage Morn prepares the gateway, invoking a mystical green crystal that pulses with radiant energy. The protagonist affirms his intent to challenge the dungeon as Mage Morn blesses him with good luck and the path forward opens. Ordinary tokens from the Dark Corp's nest can be refined into rare golden tokens, but the cost is high and the success rate abysmal. Undeterred, the protagonist boldly refines the token, determined to push through until he forges a golden one in a single attempt. Meanwhile, chaos erupts in the forest. Qin Jun is being hunted, the 50,000 bounty spurring frenzied pursuit. The mercenaries charge with vengeance and greed in their eyes, blades drawn and ready to strike. Panicked, Qin Jun realizes that his own hired men have betrayed him, blaming the sudden shift on Zhang Yu's interference. Qin Jun's subordinate warns him revival scrolls are on cooldown for 5 days, making death now a permanent setback. Qin Jun, burning with rage, swears to kill Zhang Yu in a personal vendetta. A global system message announces the activation of a hidden dungeon with a rare revival benefit, igniting players' ambitions. Chun-Jun sees the announcement as divine favor and swiftly mobilizes his team to seize this golden opportunity. A terrifying demonic creature emerges in the dungeon, signaling the danger that awaits all challengers. Zhang Yu, clad in golden armor, commands the Supreme Guild to advance, ready to exploit the revival loophole to its fullest. Amidst a battlefield of corpses, the true protagonist silently steps forward. His mission in the second world clear: conquer the dungeon. The protagonist anticipates his enemy's greed, knowing the dungeon's rewards and free revival will be too tempting to resist. A dark, eerie force stirs as ominous energy begins to resurrect something terrifying from the shadows. From the purple flames emerges a monstrous entity, radiating malice and power. An apex predator of the dungeon. Calm and composed, the protagonist prepares the final steps to ensure his strategic dungeon hunt unfolds without flaws. Facing the dungeon's colossal gatekeeper, the protagonist unleashes his might, ready to conquer the obstacle standing in his way. The boss is revealed: the Dark Zombie Lord, a level 15 magic-type monster with deadly abilities and a dire warning. An immense explosion erupts as the protagonist launches a devastating attack with overwhelming force. Flames and golden energy collide with dark tendrils, tearing through the monstrous gatekeeper's defenses. The Dark Zombie Lord falls, its twisted body disintegrating under the weight of the protagonist's power. Standing amidst the aftermath, the protagonist issues a chilling threat, ready to repeat the destruction if provoked. A system alert confirms a flood of new challengers entering the dungeon, and the protagonist reflects on the greater purpose of this realm. With solemn resolve, the protagonist silently prepares for what's to come, knowing this mission carries weight beyond personal gain. A new warrior is shocked to discover that the Supreme Guild has entered the battlefield, raising the stakes dramatically. Su Jinyan, a powerful mage, steps into the chaos, her presence alone drawing wary attention from both friend and foe. The protagonist declares his focus a single target. With clarity of purpose, he initiates the permission change using the secret token. The system responds, granting him 3 permission modifications within the Dark Corp's secret realm through the Golden Secret Order. Chaos spreads as multiple factions clash violently against waves of undead, their blades flashing under raining embers. Chun-Jun, ever protective, warns Jinyan not to stray too far, torn between his rage and concern amid the unfolding war. Zhang Yu, frustrated and determined, suppresses her disdain for a coward only out of respect for an elder, hinting at her true priority, finding someone important. A system-wide announcement alters the rules of the Dark Corp's Nest secret realm, disabling resurrection and return scrolls while issuing a deadly new mission. Chaos erupts as armored fighters react with panic and confusion to the abrupt and dangerous rule changes within the secret realm. A subordinate suggests Zhang Yu may be behind the activation of the secret realm, suspecting a deliberate trap meant to lure them in. Their leader scoffs at the idea, citing the extreme rarity of acquiring the Golden Secret Order and the immense energy required. Still, the leader admits the changes feel targeted, while Zhang Yu suspects a greedy competitor aims to claim the first clear rewards alone. The armored man reassures Jin Yen with bold confidence, vowing to protect her and defeat the 500 zombies without hesitation. Zhang Yu, unimpressed and sarcastic, doubts the man's bravado and advises him to focus on his own survival. With calm resolve and silent grace, Zhang Yu begins her advance, each step echoing the arrival of strength and certainty. The Yinyu Pavilion leader rallies his team, confident they'll defeat the boss and claim the realm's first clear reward for their guild. A scout alerts the president to another presence nearby, sparking disbelief that anyone could outpace the elite Yinyu Pavilion. The leader is stunned into silence as realization dawns: someone unexpected has already arrived ahead of them. Zhang Yu suddenly hears a familiar voice, her expression lighting up with disbelief and overwhelming emotion. Atop a fallen monster, a cloaked man with a glowing staff calmly greets the others. He's been waiting for this moment. Zhang Yu, stunned yet overjoyed, immediately recognizes him and reveals she was on her way to find him. The leader of Yinyu Pavilion angrily confronts the man, accusing him of triggering the realm using the rare Golden Secret Order. A dramatic step echoes as the mystery figure advances, drawing tension and dread from those facing him. Calmly but firmly, he challenges his enemies, exposing their murderous intent, and inside, the Yinyu Pavilion leader panics, realizing he's truly trapped. Cornered and desperate, the leader of Yinyu Pavilion boasts of his backing by the powerful Chen family, trying to intimidate Zhang Yu's ally. He commands Jin Yen to use her powers against Zhang Yu, but she rejects him, refusing to aid someone who betrayed their former comrade. Shocked and dripping with sweat, The leader realizes his influence over his allies is crumbling rapidly. Despite his fear, the leader frantically orders everyone to attack Zhang Yu only to be met with hesitation and doubt from his subordinates. His panic intensifies as no one rushes forward and even his own desperation becomes evident through trembling lips. Trying to rally them again, he tempts them with money and resurrection promises. But their greed barely veils the growing fear of confronting Zhang Yu's unmatched power. Faced with betrayal, the lone warrior stands calm as his former comrades charge under orders to attack. With a cold smirk, he dismisses their power, nothing compared to the cataclysmic level 9 beast tide he's endured. He strikes with overwhelming force, sending golden shockwaves tearing through the battlefield. Unfazed by chaos, he walks through the fire, his flaming weapon burning brighter than ever. Slaying the enemy professionals without hesitation, he realizes there's no penalty for killing those marked in white. Elsewhere, rival players seize the moment, rushing to defeat the boss while the Stormbringer is occupied. An enormous armored scorpion bursts forth, shaking the earth and striking fear into those who dared stay behind. Mocking its appearance, one warrior arrogantly underestimates the beast, convinced it's merely a summon pet. Charging forward, the overconfident warrior clashes with the scorpion, unaware of the threat he truly faces. Despite his full strength, his blade fails to even scratch the creature's hardened shell, leaving him stunned. Zhang Yu smirks, revealing the truth: it's no ordinary pet, but a fully equipped elite scorpion far beyond their level. Suddenly, deadly projectiles rain down from above, signaling the true start of the silver-armored scorpion's assault. Chaos erupts as mercenaries are promised bounties for every kill, raining arrows upon Yenyu Pavilion forces in a sudden ambush. Zhang Yu watches silently, unmoved by the bloodshed, his calm demeanor contrasting the rising turmoil. A furious charge begins as reinforcements storm the battlefield with fury and desperation. In the midst of the rush, Zhang Yu remains utterly still, an immovable presence as others blur past him. Confused by the ambush, Zhang Yu turns to see a mysterious red-robed figure effortlessly demolish the attackers. Lu Yao, revealed in golden armor, arrives with righteous fury, swearing to protect his people from harm. Zhang Yu sighs, recognizing the flamboyant newcomer with exasperated familiarity. It's Lu Yao again. A flustered attacker hastily denies targeting Lu Yao's allies, trying to de-escalate under pressure. Smirking, Lu Yao mocks his opponent's reliance on money, ready to challenge his wealth and pride. Lu Yao ups the stakes dramatically, offering $1 million to anyone who dares kill the enemy leader. Panic sets in as threats of retaliation from powerful families echo, warning of political catastrophe. Suddenly, a strange, ominous rumble fills the air, startling everyone as a new presence begins to emerge. A menacing, shadowy figure emerges in a swirl of crimson energy, its eyes glowing with ominous power as a group of adventurers looks on in shock. The protagonist deduces the danger: when a boss monster's health drops too low, it has a rare chance of going berserk. A map-wide system alert confirms their fears. The Dark Zombie Lord has gone berserk and evolved into a level 17, 3-star boss. Now reborn as the Dark Zombie Tyrant King, the boss looms monstrous and armored, exuding unstoppable power. A stunned warrior yells in disbelief. No one warned that the boss could actually evolve into a higher-tier threat. The Dark Zombie Tyrant King, eyes blazing with fury, lunges forward, unleashing its newfound strength with terrifying speed. With a deafening roar, the Dark Zombie Tyrant King unleashes a devastating area attack, sending adventurers flying in all directions. A system announcement declares the dungeon's exit forcefully open due to increased difficulty, offering players a chance to flee. While one adventurer retreats, the Tyrant King launches a brutal strike toward another fighter caught off guard on the ground. Fueled by fury and determination, the defiant warrior charges up, vowing to force the enemy to answer for its actions. With a crazed glare, the warrior activates his ultimate move, channeling immense energy into a single explosive attack. A powerful energy beam tears across the battlefield, striking the Tyrant King dead center as his looming presence towers over the shaken survivors. From high above, the warrior braces himself mid-air as the Dark Zombie Tyrant King roars in fury below, unleashing shockwaves. The monster's eye glows ominously, burning with hatred and pain as it locks onto its next target. Paralyzed by fear, the long-haired warrior cries out for help, utterly overwhelmed by the berserk monster's pressure. Face to face with the monstrous boss, the long-haired warrior calls forth his trump card, the silver-armored scorpion. The summoned scorpion clashes violently with the enemy, fangs and claws colliding in a devastating exchange of power. The main protagonist watches intently, noting how the upgraded berserk boss severely damages the scorpion, draining its health rapidly. Laughing mockingly, the armored man escapes through a portal, leaving the others behind to deal with the chaos. The protagonist yells for him to stop, furious at his abandonment in the middle of the crisis. The long-haired warrior, now cornered and defenseless, screams in terror as both monstrous foes close in. The protagonist weighs his choice. He can only teleport once, and using it now would doom Lu with no chance of return. Someone suddenly slams a golden-clad foot into the battlefield, announcing a new arrival. A blast of icy power erupts toward the boss. The newcomer joins the fray with a fierce attack that chips away at the Tyrant King's health. A monstrous skeletal demon bursts from a prison of ice, roaring with rage and glowing red eyes. Zhang Yu is urgently pulled away by a comrade as chaos erupts behind them. The monstrous boss crashes down with brutal force, scattering ice and fury in a devastating attack. Despite the power of an A-level spell, the enemy barely flinches. Its defenses remain formidable. Facing a level 17, 3-star boss, the protagonist readies for a daunting battle of strength and strategy. Counting on superior agility, he plans to strike through movement, spells, and precise counterattacks. The protagonist launches a powerful strike, dealing minimal damage but refusing to back down. Zhang Yu calls for support, but fear paralyzes his comrades who know they'd be no match. Despite his agility, the protagonist is wounded, shocked by the boss's overwhelming speed. He narrowly dodges a massive energy blast, the sheer force shaking the battlefield. The boss unleashes a brutal red slash, forcing the protagonist into a desperate retreat.